So what I say to my audiences is that if you can bring antidotes into your speech, it will make it, what? It's not antidotes. It's anecdotes. Oh, sorry, it's anecdotes.
Anecdotes.
So, yeah, what I actually do say here with this is that the antidote to a weak speech is a good anecdote.
Yes.
Hey, Conor, Cunneen, Irishman Speaks here, providing you with some simple tips, tricks, and techniques on adding humor to your presentation.
Conor recently had a chat about his laugh concept for adding humor to your presentation with podcast host Vicky Noethling.
So let's go into some of these humor techniques. What are some of the key things that you teach in your courses to be consistently capturing and creating relevant humor for your stories?
So the first one is listen. The second one, we'll ask you another question. Let's assume that over the last week, so you laugh 15 times a day by 7, so roughly 100 times. Do you think it was jokes that made you laugh most, or was it stories and quips and comments that made you laugh most?
Stories for sure.
Stories for sure, yeah. So what we're getting to here is that stories are critical. So what I say to my audiences is that if you can bring antidotes into your speech, it will make it, what? It's not antidotes. It's anecdotes. Oh, sorry, it's anecdotes.
Anecdotes.
So, yeah, what I actually do say here with this is that the antidote to a weak speech is a good anecdote.
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm doing there is, or a couple of things there. One is I deliberately use the wrong word, and then who's paying attention, I'm getting their attention, and they're saying, this guy is a clown. But what I've done is I've kind of reinforced the anecdote reference, and misusing words sometimes can also be very funny. But what I'm talking about here is a good anecdote has the potential to be humorous. We'll take the next letter of the laugh acronym and combine it with anecdote. So we go listen to a good anecdote. And the best and funniest anecdotes are ones where something at some stage was uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So when someone tells you a story where everything was perfect, you're not laughing. If someone tells you a story where something went wrong at some stage and now there's no issues involved in it, you probably are laughing. The person who's telling you that story is laughing as well. I'll give an example of that, Vicky. As a keynote speaker and as an Irishman Speaks, my mission is to improve people, performance, and productivity with a smile.
Yeah.
So I would suggest that almost every organization wants to improve their people, their performance, and their productivity. And if I can do it with a smile, that's good. So I speak quite a bit to manufacturing organizations and safety conferences. And let's just assume that for a second, you are a safety conference I'm speaking to, and I'm telling you about the importance of attention to detail.
Yeah.
Because I want you to come into work with 10 fingers and toes.
Yes.
I want you to leave with 10 fingers and toes. But to do that, you've got to pay attention to detail for you and for your colleagues. A couple of weeks ago, I was collecting my darling granddaughter, Maggie, who's 6 years of age. You said your grandson is 5. So you know the age group. We collected Maggie from soccer practice. We were taking her overnight. We put her into the back seat of the car and strapped her in. My wife sits into the back seat of the car, as she normally would do when Maggie is there. And then I sat into the back seat of the car. And Maggie hesitates for a second and she goes, Grampy, you should be driving the car. And I said, oh, Maggie, I want to, Grampy, drive the car. So I get to go out of the car. We've got a little problem. We're on child lock, which means we're on Grampy lock, which means I've got to phone my daughter who'd left the parking lot to come back and open the car door for us. Now, so I realized I had a little bit of humor there when I see my daughter get out of her car, walk over towards us, and she's breaking her sides laughing. Now, what has that got to do with you as a manufacturing audience or as a safety audience? The basic message there, gang, is that you have to pay attention to detail. And I would ask the audience, what are the child locks in your organization or in your facility that if you don't pay attention to, you can get into trouble? And again, speaking to you as a safety audience, how many people here in this room have got kids who are in car seats? So maybe 7% of the room might raise their hands. The next time you're putting your child into that car seat, just remember, what are the child locks in my organization that can cause a problem? Or those of you who have got grandkids or nieces or nephews have got who are in the car seat, next time you see them, or you're at the traffic lights and you see a kid in a car seat, ask yourself, what is it that are relevant child locks in my organization? And the basic idea now behind that story, Vicky, we cut that, so I'm no longer speaking to the safety audience, I'm speaking to you again. Basic idea there is that, as you said, it's relatable, but with the story you were talking about previously.
If you like what you see here, hit the subscribe button. And also, if you see the details below, you will find a link to 53 humorous quotes and flubs that you can add to any presentation.
There's a message to it, but what I'm doing was I'm telling people you got to pay attention to detail, and then I'm reinforcing with an anecdote that was marginally uncomfortable there. It was really funny, but something did go wrong. So that's what I say to people. Pay attention to the stories that you're telling that's got your audience laughing or people around the water cooler laughing, and almost certainly it's something where things were not perfect, but now you can talk about it. And ask yourself, with that story, is there some way I can take that story and use that to reinforce a message that I'm giving to my team at work, to my customers, to an audience if I'm doing a keynote presentation?
If you like what you see here, hit the subscribe button. And also, if you see the details below, you will find a link to 53 humorous quotes and flubs that you can add to any presentation.